social media land. This is your girl, Pastor T, with the New Destiny Fellowship Church under the leadership of Bishop Clyde Hines Jr. I come today live with some amazing women that are going to be talking with us on this morning. We're dealing with the topic titled Mother-Daughter. Those that have known me for years know that we've been doing mother-daughter. You know, due to the pandemic, we decided to do a twist on it. But I have some amazing women here with me today. Well, we're going to be talking about it, as well as my beautiful oldest daughter, the apple of one of my apples of my eye babies here with me today, Kiana Harden. But I'm going to also introduce you to all the women that are on here today. I dare you to heart it up. Make sure you comment with us, dialogue. This is not a monologue, but it is a dialogue. So make sure you dialogue with us as we talk today. So we're going to get started. So as I get started, first, I'm going to introduce you to my daughter. Kiana, got to tell them a little bit about yourself real quick so we can have everybody else.
I'm Kiana. I'm a pastor kid. I'm a junior, and I like to do activities like sports and all that.
Yes. Awesome. I'm going to also introduce you to Miss Roberta, Goffney, and Cece. We're going to have them tell you a little bit about themselves, who they are, where they're from, the name of their church, all that great stuff.
Hello, everybody. I'm Roberta Goffney. This is my beautiful daughter, Shay Goffney. We're from God's Restoration Revival Center Holiness Church, where Superintendent Joseph O. Goffney the first is the pastor, and Bishop D.L. Goffney is the founder. First Lady Dr. Latanya Goffney, and of course, my mother-in-law, missionary overseer C.D.L. Goffney. We love you all, and we're excited about today. And we're just going to hear and excited and see what God has through us for you.
I'm going to have Miss Amani and Miss Kiesha kind of tell you a little bit about themselves.
Hello, guys. My name is Kiesha Barlett, and this is my daughter, Amani Barlett. She is currently a junior, getting ready to be a senior in high school next year, class of 2021. Let's hope it's better than this 2020 situation. So we bring you greetings from the CC Driver Revival Center Church in Cleveland, Texas, where my pastor is none other than the Bishop Gary Driver. Our assistant pastor is Evangelist Glenda Williams, and we're so excited to be a part of this, and we hope that what God has given to us blesses you and your household.
Awesome. Lady Hines.
Hello, everyone. This is Aiesha Hines, also known as Lady Hines of Affinity Life-Giving Church, where my pastor and my husband is Billy Hines. And here's my daughter, my eldest of four.
Hello, I'm Shania. Well, I'm a freshman in college right now, and I'm studying medical sonography and hoping for the best.
Awesome. So we're going to dip right on in and just kind of talk about, for those that have seen the flyer, you kind of already seen the different topics that we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to start off. We're just going to kind of chop it up. We have not rehearsed this. All we know is the topic. Praise the Lord. So just kind of be with us as we just chop it up and talk a little bit about these different topics. So I'm going to start off. Let's start off with Lady Hines and Shania. I'm going to start off with you guys. We're going to talk about refocusing your focus. We want to talk about refocusing your focus. So kind of tell us about that. When we came up with the topic, we were just kind of saying how, both of them are in college together as mother and daughter, well, in different colleges, right? But together. Right. So I want to let's just talk about how do y'all do this together as mother and daughter? What does that look like?
Well, since I'm no longer going to the college, since this quarantine stuff has been going on, we both are doing our classes online. So it's really us just working from the computer, and there's multiple days where we're like, I don't want to do this homework, or we got a 13-page essay to do, but we're like, okay, come on, mama, I need you to do this essay. Yeah. She's like, come on, Night, I know you don't want to do it, and a teacher might not be the best, but, you got friends and stuff. So she just keeps on encouraging me to continue doing it, and I've seen her do it for the last 4 years. So that's really it, just watching her and then proceeding to do what she has already done.
Awesome. Yeah, it's challenging, because we have to keep a schedule. And so, but it is good. I appreciate it because when I'm up, you know, I can encourage her, and when she's up, she can encourage me. And so we have so many laughs about the teachers and the homework. You know, so we're excited. I'm excited about her future. You know, so can't wait to see what happens. And so she's excited about it. Was there another question? I'm so sorry.
I wanna kind of deal with that when it comes to. I think most people don't realize that when you're in a home together with a Naya's what 21.
19.
19.
Oh,
The son is 21. The son
that's
is
right.
21.
But being in the home with two, I would say this is that, you know, when it comes down to focusing, I think so many of us get away from the fact that, okay, we're here together, we're doing this together, we're growing together. And how is it that y'all stay focused at all times while you're in the middle of that?
Well, what I would say is we don't stay focused at all times. And actually we almost schedule time to not focus. So what I mean by that is let's say like she's doing sonography, so she's in physics, and so she may have 3 labs due on that day, and I can see that she's getting frustrated, and I'm like, okay, Naya, close the computer, let's take a break. Let's give ourselves 45 minutes. Let's give ourselves an hour. Give our brains a moment to reboot so that you can go back in fresh and get it done. Because look at the end result. This is just a means to an end. It may not make sense to you now, you know, why we have to go through it and do all these sometimes unnecessary classes, it seems. But it's a means to an end. So we just gotta get through it. But give yourself some downtime. You know, go laugh for a while. Go talk to one of your friends. Let's go outside. Let's take a walk. Let's go get a snow cone. You know, come on, girls. Let's go get a snow. Let's do something else. You know, so it's not about we can't focus 24 hours out of the day. We'll be burnt out.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and I'm very thankful for that because I'm one of those people who don't know how to give myself a break. I'd rather just get it all done in one sitting so I don't have to think about it. Because when I have something to do, I just constantly think about it. But it can be very overwhelming, and it's important not to overwhelm yourself when doing specifically medical and schoolwork because there's so much information. And it can cause resentment during times, and you don't want to complete it. And that's just not what we want to do. We want to start something and finish it.
Right.
So, thank you.
I just love y'all. Y'all sitting over there looking like y'all looking like. But I want to say this. What would you say to that person? Because the reason why we came up with this refocus your focus is because, especially for you, you are a pastor's wife. She's a PK kid. And so you find yourself dipping in this, dipping in that, got to get this ready, got to get ready for this program, got to get ready for that program. What would you say, even as a PK kid, what would you say? How is it that you're able to say, you know what, we got to stay focused on purpose. You know why you're going to school, but what's the purpose? And how do you do that? What does that look like?
I'm not sure what it looks. It's more so of focusing on knowing who you are, so you can know the why you're doing things. Like I always know that I was meant to help people. I just didn't know what I was gonna do, and I actually had a really big emotional breakdown a couple months back where I was like, I'm so confused, I don't know what to do. And we went through many different subjects and topics, even though they were all medical. I just didn't know what I wanted to do, and so I finally talked to my mom, and she's like, okay, we can try and look at sonography. So I looked more in depth to that. I just think it really has to do with pulling on God and listening to what He wants you to do and watching out for the signs that are given to you by Him. So it's just, yeah, that's really it. Just focus on God and He'll show you the way.
I love. So what would you say to that kid that's getting ready to go to college? Because you have 2 young ladies she's 3. I'm sorry, girl, I keep forgetting she gonna be going.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. But we have other ladies on here. Naya, what would you say to them so that they can learn? What would you say to a mother that needs to allow another daughter to focus so that we won't get our fingers in it? Okay, you ready to go deeper? So we won't get in the way.
I would tell a mother to kind of be in their life, but not be overbearing at that certain point, because they're going to go through many changes. And so when they're going to pick a topic or a subject that deals with the next 4 years of their life, to be there when they ask and kind of suggest and ask if you are allowed to give advice. Because I know some people whose parents would be like, okay, well, you need to do this. And the kids just go off the wall because that's not what they want to do, and their parents aren't listening to them. So I just say step back and let them come to you first with the decision that they're going to make, because it is for the next 4 years of their life.
Amen.
So, Lady Hines, what would you say? And we're going to always come back to this topic, but what would you say to that daughter that is because we have so many people right now that is losing their focus, don't know, especially with the pandemic going on. You have people depressed. You have people that's in the house that lose their mind. What would you say to that daughter, and what would you say to that mother that doesn't know how to,
Right. First, I'll say to the daughters, and I understand our relationships are not the same, but I would say that be vocal, because when you're silent, no one knows what you're dealing with. No one knows what help you may or may not need. And I think that that's important. Sometimes parents are giving help in areas that their kid doesn't need the help in. They may just need you to be there to talk to. They may not need you to talk to the counselor for them, to talk to the teacher for, so for the kids, for the daughters, I would say be vocal, and if you can't verbally communicate, sometimes sending a text message, that's cool. We have that now, or writing out a letter, we have those things out, but allow your parent to know where you need their help, and not just assume that their parent is going to help, because, for us, we have a lot of things going on. And so what I tell her and the rest of her brother and sister, if you need me, let me know. Make me aware. Don't assume that I automatically know because I'm your mom. I don't know. And so in my mind, you're handling things the way I think I taught you to handle things, or you're handling things the way you see them being handled. But that's not always the case, so where you need me, let me know. Be vocal. If you don't, Shania was in the kitchen a couple of days ago, and you said, she said, a closed mouth don't get fed. And I turned around and I said, well, she caught on to that, and I'm so thankful for that, because it's like, just be vocal. And so for the moms, we're always hard on ourselves. We always feel like there's more that we could do. We always feel like there's something that I missed. How did I miss that? There's something that I didn't do. So those are some of the things that keep us up at night. Did I tell my baby I love them enough? Did I hug on them enough? Did I make myself available to them enough? And so I would say to the moms, give them room, but at the same time, be vocal as well. Let them know that you're available. Sometimes I say, hey, anybody want to talk? Anybody want to say anything? Anybody got anything to say? Come on, let's take some time, because I understand I'm moving, a lot of days. And so I may not have that moment. And I always let her know, as well as her sister and brother, when you need me, whatever's going on, I'm going to stop it to try my best to attend to what it is that you need. If I can't, I'm going to say, well, hey, I don't know, but I know someone that may. And another thing for us moms and parents, I'm just really transparent with them. I'm really transparent with her. Her and I talk about a lot of things that you wouldn't think. I may say some things that typically most moms may not say, but I'm not afraid to tell them I don't know. I haven't gone through that. I haven't experienced that. I give her a right to be Shania, to feel whatever she's feeling, to be frustrated, to be overwhelmed. Just give them room to be themselves. Let them know they don't have to be perfect. God accepts us the way that we are. So why wouldn't I? And just be there the best way I can. I don't make them feel like I'm Superwoman. I don't make her feel like I got it all together. I allow her to see me frustrated at times. She don't see everything, but I allow her to see me frustrated at times, because she has to be able to develop coping mechanisms herself when she's gone, when she's outside of the house. So she
Right.
needs to see me struggle sometimes or be frustrated sometimes to see me work through that, to know that it's another side to it. Okay, I just got to get through this and then I'm going to get on the other side of it. So to moms, what I would say, give them room, but be available and let them know purposefully that you're available. You know, so many times we say, well, she knows I'm here for her, or she knows I love her, or they know this, and they may, but sometimes we're so guarded or we have so much going on that we don't seem approachable all the time, even in our home. So
That's true.
So just letting them know to take a break. Hey, babe, I love you. Anything you need to talk about? You know, everything okay? You know, is it got any questions? You know, be goofy with them. You know, so that it kind of breaks those walls down. Y'all know, yeah, we laugh a lot, but you know, so that's what I would say.
Awesome. I want to say this. I've learned so much from you, Lady HInes. You know, we've been kicking it for a lot of years, as Grandma would say.
Yeah.
But I've learned so much from you. You are such a great example as a mother. That's why I knew I had to get you on here, because I've seen your footsteps. I am not gonna do this, and I'm not gonna cry.
Oh, okay. Come on.
I've seen your footsteps, and I've seen you love on your kids, and you taught me how to work with my kids. So I appreciate you for just being you, man, because what you said is value, and what you said is true. Those are the footsteps of who you are. You communicate with your girls. You I don't know. I just know y'all have a lot going on, including ministry. And I knew that we needed to discuss, you know, the importance of focus. I think so many people, especially women as adults, we get so focused on us and we didn't forget about them and don't realize how important they are. What you want to add or ask for that, Kiana? Add to that. She didn't even know she was going to be a part of the party.
I really don't have anything to add to it.
You don't want to add? You don't want to say nothing about that focus? She's always focused, so we're just not going to worry about that. Yeah, she's always focused. So we're gonna come back, Lady HInes, to you. I'm gonna go over to Miss Amani. Y'all give it up for her.
Woo!
And Naya, heart it up, like all that great stuff. But we're gonna come over to Mr. Money and Sister Kiesha. We're gonna be talking today with them about pain and purpose. And Lady HInes, be ready at the end to give more input about refocus your focus. But we're gonna come over to Miss Kiesha, Miss Amani. Let's talk about from pain to purpose. Let's kind of deal with that. Kind of give them a snippet of your story. One of the reasons I will say this while they're on here is because we met Miss Kiesha. For those of you that know, we did our book signing, my book virtual party together. But we met because of her. And so I wanted to bring her on. She spoke some things into my baby life, and her and Miss Amani experienced the same thing. And I think they kind of start talking afterwards or whatever about the same injury. So I want to know, how did y'all to go through that situation of you playing ball, you killing it? How many points you was hitting the game?
30 plus. Kind of froze up, Pastor T. Okay, so I'll keep talking because I think she's frozen. But I'm going to give some background to Amani's situation, and then I'll
say
let
what
her
now?
take over.
What she say?
You froze up. So we didn't hear you. You're frozen again. So I guess I'll continue to talk until she kind of comes back on. But I'll give some background because she, as you guys can see, she's extremely shy, but she's going to come out of that because God is pushing her into an arena where she's going to have to learn how to talk to people. So
I'm frozen? Am I still frozen?
I can hear you now. I can see you now. But you are again. Okay. So I'll kind of give some background as I was stating to where Amani came from. So as an 8th grader, Amani received her first college recruiting letter from the University of Texas. And Amani was not
You can see me now? Am I frozen?
Now I can hear you. No. Should I wait? Okay, I guess That way it doesn't look so bad. I'll continue to talk. Okay, so Amani was being heavily recruited, but not only was she being known, she was known on a local level, she was known on a national level. She became ranked as the number 32, the 32nd player in the country out of the top 100 for ESPN. She was recruited by the University of Tennessee, and she actually verbally committed to the University of Tennessee as an 8th grader. So everyone knew who she was. So her sophomore year was supposed to be one of the best years of her lives, and I'll let her tell you what happened at the beginning of her sophomore year.
Okay, so basically my sophomore year, like she said, it was my like breakout year. That was supposed to be like my year. I was supposed to go off, and I was doing that. That was in like preseason or whatever. So it come time to the day I got hurt. We were my parents weren't there yet, and we were warming up, whatever. My coach was like, I'm gonna give you time to stretch, just come do the warm up with your team. And so I was like, okay, he's gonna give me time, you know, I gotta listen to my coach. And so he was like, he ended up basically not giving me time. And so I just had to go out there and play. And literally the second play, I came down, and when I came down, I tried to block the girl's shot. Well, I did block it. And when I came down wrong. It was like my leg, if I can explain it, like my foot was like in, and I just came down like that, straight-legged. And like my leg just went numb. And so kind of went to the sideline, went to the trainer and stuff, started like back having feeling in it, was running and everything. She was like, okay, you can go back in. So I went back in the game, and something didn't feel right. And so I was like, the next play, I was going to be like, okay, I'm done for the game. Like, I don't want to hurt myself. But what had happened was it was in the middle of the play, and you can't just stop the play. So I was about to go post up. And when I had like turned to post up, it literally looked like somebody just pushed my knee, and I just fell to the ground. And my dad and my cousin came over there, and it was like the trainer was asking me stuff about it, and I was just immediately, I knew something was wrong. And I started saying like, oh, I'm not gonna play this year, like it's gonna be over, I'm never gonna play again. And my mom and my dad, they were like, no, it's nothing, this is nothing. But like in my head, I knew. So we ended up going to the bench, like the seats where my mom and I were sitting, and I laid there. And they were like, this lady had came up, and she was like, can I pray for you? And I was like, yes. And she had prayed for me. And she was like, everything's going to be okay. God has your knee. Like, everything's good. And so I was in a moment, and I really wasn't like paying attention. I was like, okay, I know I'm hurt. Like, I wasn't listening to anything she was saying. And so went to skip forward to the next day, to Wednesday. Was it Wednesday?
At the church.
And so we had my uncle had a church thing that he was going to, whatever. He was
Survival.
Like, yeah. And he was like, he wanted my mom to come, but I didn't want to, because, you know, I just wanted to go home, be away from everybody. And so we ended up going, and it was this lady. We had no clue who she was. And I was sitting in the back, I had my crutches, whatever, wasn't paying attention, on my phone. Mom was just sitting there. And she came up, it was like loud. I was just zoned out. And she came up to me, and she was like, you hurt yourself? And I was like, yes. And she was like, well, can I tell you something? And I was like, yes. She was like, God told me that your knee is going to be okay. Like, you have nothing to worry about. Everything's going to be fine. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not hurt. I ain't got to do nothing with this. It's going to be done in a couple of weeks. And so she prayed for me and everything. And I was just in good spirits. I was happy about it. And then I went to school the next day, and everybody was kind of like acting weird, like after school. Like my coach, like I was talking to him, and he was like just looking at me like he was just sad or something. And so he was like, is your mom coming to get you? And I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, I'll talk to you later. I got to go to practice. And he never does that. So I knew something was up. And then my teammates kind of did the same thing. And then I came home. Mom was like, okay, lay down on the couch. She set it all up for me. And she was like, ice your knee or whatever. and I was icing it, and she was like, I'll be back. I'm going in the room to get on the phone. And she came back in there, and she was kind of like sad, you know, looking very sad. And she was like, I got your results back. And so when she said that, the look on her face, you could kind of tell. I'm sorry. It's okay. Keep going. You got it. You can kind of tell that something was wrong. And she was basically like, she was just looking at me. And I was like, okay, Mom, just like, put it down on the table, tell me. And she was like, so they said you have a torn ACL and a meniscus. And like, immediately, I just looked at her for like 3 seconds and I just cried. I just put my head down and I cried. And she was like, Coach Gordon, which is Tennessee coach, and I was committed at the time. And she was like, she wants to talk to you. So she got on the phone and she was like, everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry about that. Like, your scholarship still stands. You still can come to Tennessee. You're good. And so, like, I don't think I went to school the next day because I was kind of like, I was just really sad about it. And like throughout that whole process, like after I found out, it was kind of like everyone just like forgot about me. Like, I lost friends. Some of my family members that I was very close to, they stopped talking to me and stuff. And I just kind of felt alone, and I got in like this little bubble, and I got very depressed. And like, I wouldn't eat. Like, my parents would come in there and kind of be like, okay, Amani, let's go do this. I'd be like, no. I was pushing them away. I didn't want to talk to them. I was being mean to my brother. I was just so angry that I couldn't play. And so I got really depressed, and I lost like 30-some pounds. I was like really, really small. And my dad, he was like, he came in there one day. He's like, okay, you need to eat so you can take your medicine to help your ligaments and stuff. And I was kind of like, no, I don't want to eat. And so he left. And then he came back, and he kind of had that like talking. He was like, you're getting depressed. Like, you got to get up. He was like, yes, we understand that you don't want to talk because you're mad about the situation. But he was like, you got to get up and just work. Like, he was like, after this surgery, you're going to come back. You're going to be better than ever. He was just being like very motivational. And so like after that, I had went to sleep like 2 days later. And I don't know if it was a dream or what it was, but it was basically like something kept telling me like to change my phone number, and it was like I could see certain people that it was like, okay, they were canceled basically. It was just like an X on them. And so I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I have to get my phone number changed. And like, people basically aren't going to be there anymore. Like, I just have to get my number changed. So I got my number changed. End up getting the surgery and stuff and all that. But about how we found the doctor.
We went to, this is all, she wants this, I wasn't going to tell this, but I'll tell it. When we got our cert, the first orthopedic that we went to, he told us that she only had, well, this was our second opinion. He told us that we only had a torn ACL and not a meniscus. And I was like, okay, that doesn't sound right. And before we could leave the office, I said, well, God, you got to give us a sign that this is the doctor for us. And literally when we walked into the waiting area after we had seen the doctor, because we had to call back to schedule the surgery, there was a office full of geriatric patients. There was one lady sitting there that had her leg cut off. And then in the hallway, there was an elderly lady on the stretcher. And I said, well, thank you, God, for the sign. But when I got to the car, I was in tears because I was like, okay, God, you've got to show me where I got to go. So I called my husband, and I FaceTimed my husband,
because it just has a bigger impact when she can see her dad's face. And I needed that moment for him to give her something motivational, because I couldn't fulfill it at that time because I was emotional. And so we were talking and we were telling him, and as soon as he got off the phone with us, he called us right back. Well, where he was, there was a gentleman that was there that was listening to our conversation. Thank God for nosy people. Thank God for him. And so, long story short, he had an orthopedic, and this orthopedic was the orthopedic that was on the team with JJ Watt. So we called that guy the same day. I called him that same day. He got me an appointment in at 10 o'clock the very next day. So we went to see him. We went to see him. He told us torn ACL, torn meniscus, but he said, you got to trust me because I'll have you back. But I wanted to say this because she didn't give you some other insight into what the lady, well, we went to the revival. This was a prophetess from Oklahoma. She's a little short white lady, really cute white lady. She said, she kept telling her, don't worry about the knee. She said, they'll know your name all over this globe. She said, don't worry about the knee. So long story short, we got released. We were supposed to be what, a year?
Mm-hmm.
We got released October.
September.
9 months.
September 27th.
Took us 9 months. And when I say nothing has stopped, from every university here in Texas to Louisiana to New York to everywhere, so she is in her junior year, waiting to see, making a decision as to what college she wants to go to. And I thank God for that, because not everybody gets that opportunity. So she can choose from the Ivy League to Alabama if that's what she wants to do, because that's just how good God has been to her. And like I told her, I said, the thing is, sometimes we don't like that pain because it don't feel good. It don't sit right. I don't know what tomorrow's going to be. But God says, I know the plans that I have for you. And so the thing about it is, I tell her all the time, as a mom, when she was going through it, I couldn't help her. And
come on.
The hardest thing ever when your baby's sitting in there and you can see depression in the room. And so you go in there and you pray and you like, okay, God, you got to do it because I can't. But I thank God for true friends, because those true friends, and this is another thing I want to say, we always expect everything that God has for us to be this big, godly movement where somebody from the church gonna come in and then they're gonna lay hands and this gonna happen. No, it didn't happen like that for us.
Come on.
Friends that kept checking on, hey, I need you to keep motivated. I need you to keep going. Keep pressing. He said, know who you are. And he would ask her, who are you? She said, I'm Amani Barlett. He said, but who is Amani Barlett? Make them know who you are. If this basketball thing is what you want to do, you got to be dedicated to it morning, noon, and night. And when I tell you, she did a complete 360. Like she said, she changed her phone number. Anytime she has witnessed to so many people when it comes to this surgery. She's helped so many people when it comes to this. But what she doesn't realize is how much it helped me. Because now I can relate to her on her level. And it's not me having to go in here and lay hands. Because see, sometimes we think everything has got to be, come on, Jesus, come through. Now, sometimes God gonna come and he gonna use the person that we least expect him to use. So I thank God for nosy people. I thank God for friends that are God friends. Because my husband, let me just be real, my husband had a hard time with having friends that was boys, because she's his baby girl. So that's a whole nother situation in itself. But what I thank God for is she played her junior year of basketball. She struggled a little bit, but when I tell you we had a revolving door of college coaches coming to the school every single game, it was just absolutely amazing for me to see it, that these people are walking in from all over the country and they want to give my baby thousands of dollars just to come play basketball for them. And then on top of that, she is an excellent student. Plus, she carried her team all the way to the championship game, where she wasn't supposed to be. She was supposed to come back on what they call a graded time, meaning I play a little bit and then I sit down. No, every single game, she played almost the entire game. And she led in blocks. She led in steals. She led in points. She led in deflections. She was the MVP. She was I can just go on and on, but people look at it and think that we're bragging, but you just don't understand our story.
Hey, let me tell you, sugar, let me tell you this. You got a reason.
Yes.
Because from where you came from, and I think that's what some people, am I still frozen? Can y'all see me? Okay. The fact that you came from pain, you would not have put in the work. I just preached about that today. You wouldn't have put in the work. And I think that's the thing, is that people think that, okay, I have an excuse because God is just going to give it to me. God going to bless me. No, there's a little pain you got to go through before you can get to the purpose, before you can get to the promises, before you can get to the things that God has for you. So I want to ask y'all this. Tell me this, Amani. What's your name? Because I want to remember that. Amani, what? Because that name sound rich. I'm not talking about rich in money. I'm talking about it sounds like it's over the airways. Amani, what? Say the name one more time.
Amani.
Last name.
Barlett.
But girl, don't that sound? Am I the only one? It sounds like a basketball. Okay. Anyway, so what would you tell them, Miss Amani? What would you tell that person out there, that teenager, where you're like preteen coming up into adult? Like, okay, I really didn't want to say that, but whatever. That you guys, whatever. So that part, whatever that part is called, can you speak to that person that is experiencing? Their pain might not have been your pain. Right? But no matter what, pain is pain. And it never feels good. What would you tell that person that's going through depression, because you spoke over my baby. Let me pause and say this, Park. Thank you for speaking. My baby over here just crying because y'all experienced the same thing. All of her friends, she didn't have nobody. The only thing she didn't do was change that number. But she didn't have anybody. So she knew how that felt. She went through, you can smell depression when it's upon your own, but you should be able to, hello walls and lights. You should be able to smell depression spiritually when it's in your house with your children. And you can sense that, but when God say you can't do nothing. All you can do is pray. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So tell me, Miss Money, can you tell that person out there how that's experiencing that? How encourage them? Let's just say that, encourage them.
I would say, honestly, you gotta lean on your loved ones, because they were the ones who like brought me out of that. Even though it was like constructive criticism when he was telling me like, you gotta get up, you gotta lean on them, and just because honestly, her and my pops was the only ones who were there when everybody left. It was them two, and like she said, my God friend. And those were the only ones who were, okay, on my back, go. You got to do this. You got to do that. And you honestly just got to lean on them. You got to trust them, because they're always going to be there. They always be there to hurt you and tell you something negative that's not going to help you in the long run. So,
come on. What about you, Mama? What would you tell that mother out there that's seeing their child that's going through hurt, that's going through pain? What would you say to that mother? And their response should be,
you gotta let them have their space, but most of all, as a parent, you gotta stay prayerful for your sanity. Because see, we are moms and we're protectors. We want to protect our babies, and when we can't do anything to help them or to protect them, sometimes it makes us feel helpless. And so, what I found is that I'm already a prayerful person, but I got a little bit more intimate with God. I had to spend a little bit more time with him. So in my car, I don't turn the music on. I ride in silence because I need to hear from you. So I'm pulling and I'm tugging on God. Okay, God, this is my baby. You did it for her before when she was 9. I need you to do it again. But what I prayed most importantly was I need you to visit her on her level so she can understand who you are to her. Because she sees who you are to me, but I need her to see who you are to her and have her develop a relationship with you, because I keep saying 2 years, in less than a year, she's not going to be in my house. So that means
I'm going to need you to help us with that, sugar. I'm going to need help, because this ain't what this is about. This ain't what I want.
We need to have a whole nother conversation. On a weekly basis. We have a rotating standing call. because every time I think about it, I just cringe. But I know it has to happen. So my job is to prepare her so that when she gets out there, that she can, that seed that I planted, it can grow. So, but yeah, I would just tell, hey, lean on God. And the thing is, when they want their moments alone, let them have it to an extent. And like Lady HInes said, you gotta allow them to express themselves. So
thank y'all so much. Y'all give it up for them. I know we could go even more deeper, but I want to get to the next topic. But I thank y'all for sharing that, Miss Kiesha and Miss Amani. Your story will always be relevant to us, of course, and always relatable to us. And I'm forever grateful for you speaking over my baby, because hard time, you already know the story. But anyway. All right, the next topic. I saved this one for last because I thought we may all be in here for a minute. Okay, let me tell you why. For those that are watching, keep watching. Don't scroll. Keep watching. I saved it for last because I know you saw it on the flyer, and I knew you weren't gonna miss out on this juice. Okay, what is the juice? What's the topic? I forgot the topic. What's the topic? It's not what you say. Come on, Glory. But it's how you say it. Let's talk. Come on, Miss Roberta and CC.
That's all right. That's all right. Before we get started, I want to tell the ladies that went before us and their daughters, well done. You just sold into CC and myself. We just full right now. So we have a moment because y'all done settled us and filled us up. So I'm going to let CC start out.
Y'all, let me tell y'all something funny first. My mama always talked to me and my sisters about this because, you know, as a teenager or a young adult, being a girl mostly, you say something to your parent and, oh, you got an attitude. No, mama, I don't have an attitude. It wasn't what I said, but it was how I said it. It was probably my body language. It was probably the tone in my voice. But I promise you, I didn't have no attitude. Please don't backhand me. Please give me another chance. Just last night, she was calling me. I'm in the restroom, so I yelled at her. I was like, ooh, let me fix this real quick before she come here. I'm like, Mama, I didn't have an attitude. That's not what I meant. So for the young people, maybe we should be more, I don't know. Let me think. Maybe we should wait before we just want to respond. They say something and we're not listening.
Wait, sugar. Hold on. We're going to need you to repeat that. Can you repeat that?
Yeah. Maybe we should wait before we respond. We don't be listening. We just be thinking about what we're going to say. And that's why we have this topic. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. Because you thinking about it, but you was not thinking about how you were going to say it. Probably like, okay, my mama gonna hit me if I do it like that.
See, let me tell you why we tell y'all this. Come on, I'm sorry. I just took it. Let me tell you why. Because we used to get bust in the mouth for stuff like that. Am I the only one?
No, you're not.
Okay, go ahead, CC. I ain't gonna take. Go ahead.
You good? So now, my mama tell me, if you need to, write it down. Yes, ma'am. Because you don't always have to speak with your mouth. There are different ways to communicate. And writing it down won't get me slapped. And like she told me, if you forget what you were supposed to write down, it wasn't meant for you to say.
Okay.
Hey, I like that. I just learned something today. Come on, Glory.
That's all right. Sensei she is really a good girl. I must say that. I want to say that all my girls, they are really good girls. They do listen sometimes. And they have even taught me some things about myself. Like, we'll sit at the table sometimes, no cell phones. And I just give them a chance to tell me who I am. Who do they see when they look at me? And what am I doing? What can I improve in? And they have told me, well, Mama, sometimes you're a little rough at home with us, and you're nicer with the public. And I was like, well, but the public is not the root of me. I don't go in my pocket for the public. I'm not the captain
Come on,
of the ship
wait.
for the
I'm
public.
Y'all gotta wait. You gotta repeat that. Repeat that.
Since Shay said, because we'll sit at the table and I let everybody tell me who I am. What do they see? What can I improve? And they say, well, sometimes, Mama, you say things a little rough at home. You different at home than in the public. And I am. I just supposed to give them the good light that they see. So God can get the glory. I don't go in my pocket for the public. I'm the captain of the ship at my own address. So sometimes I don't mean to be a little rough, but the reason why I get rough is because if I say it's time to wash the dishes, it's time to wash the dishes. The captain of the ship's supposed to only speak one time. That's it. So with that being said, I have learned a lot about being a mother too, and I try to speak a little softer and have a little bit more patience with them, just like they do with me. Yeah. That's good. Yes.
So tell me this. What would you tell that person out there? Because me and my girls, we just had this discussion. And what would you tell that kid out there that is disrespectful? What is disrespectful?
Oh, disrespectful to me. If I don't like that back talk, we're just not gonna do it. If I say we don't go word for word, we just don't do it. If I say something, if I say it's time to wash the dishes, you're not gonna tell me, well, you got to send this text message first.
Drop the mic
tell me,
and walk away.
You're not gonna tell me, well, I'm twisting my hair. You're not gonna tell me what it is that you're doing after I done given the order. When I'm the one writing the check for the lights, I'm the one writing the checks for the food, I'm the one writing it's just some things you just can't do at my address. So with that, as a parent, I would say, if you've been in charge to have authority, have authority. Because the one thing that children love, they love order. I don't care what anybody say. They love order and they love to be disciplined. Now, I get that what we say is not, it's the way we say it at times. But I do know that there are times when you can set aside to say, hey, I was wrong as a parent. I didn't know. But I tell you what I'm going to do. And we've been doing this lately. Doing Uno, you can say whatever it is you want to say. But don't do that stuff when you're out there in the street. We ain't going to do that when we're in the street now. But doing Uno, I'm going to let you have a little fun with your mama. Because the girls think I'm their friend. And I tell them, I'm not your friend, I'm your mama. But we do friendly things. But I'm the mama.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Point blank period.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say.
So that's disrespect. You was asking me, so what is disrespect? Anything that you do in opposite of respect is disrespect. If your mama say
the conversation's over.
Wash the dishes. Sweep the floor. Mop.
Well, tell me this, CC. Let's talk. Tell me this. Where can we? Okay, Mama, brace yourself. All mamas on the call. Brace yourself.
That's my great song.
CC, this is just me and you. Okay. Ain't nobody here. Okay. Where do you believe as mothers that we could do better in our approach to the daughters? What could we do better?
Whew, I can go on with a list. But I'm gonna just say this. First, my mama yell a lot. So if you're the type of mom that yells a lot, please don't yell when giving order.
You're right. You're right.
Like, we gonna listen.
Okay, wait. Now you gotta let us soak it in. You gotta let us soak it.
Yeah,
Hold
let
on.
us soak it. Give us some.
Okay, so our mothers on the call, we need a minute. So she just told us that we don't need to hear. It ain't to come back, because we don't have no comeback. We had not have her truth moment, mothers. So y'all got that in, right? So we need to do better. Okay, all right, we ready. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Like, we hear y'all when y'all give us an order, and y'all might think, oh, we going too slow. So y'all gonna say it again and yell again. And it's like, I'm doing it. I might not be going as fast as she want me to go, but I promise I'm gonna do what she said.
You know what? You're making me regret this question. You're making me regret it. Cause see, okay. I said I'm gonna need y'all to help me, because I really want to have a comeback. No,
Me, I got it. Ooh, I got it.
Oh.
Okay. Because I had to take a deep gulp.
Yeah,
I'm like, golly. Okay.
Hey, Shay.
Some water.
CC, that's right, CC. Can you?
Yes, ma'am.
You gotta understand that the era in which we come from, when our mama said do, we was already up before she gave the rest of the order. So we have to become acclimated to you moving at your own pace. Because see, when my mom gave an order, you ain't move at your own. You ain't have your own pace in my house. My mom.
Come on, sister.
So see, that's why it's a little bit hard. So that's why we elevate our voice, because maybe you didn't hear me the first time when I gave it. Because see, when my mama say do, you up like this, your ears come to salute, your eyes go to where she is, and you ready to go do it. So
okay, Miss CC, okay, I ain't gonna do that no more. I ain't gonna ask no questions, because these mamas gonna stand up. So I'm gonna scratch that out. We're gonna work on yelling though. We're gonna work on yelling. We'll work on that. But y'all gotta work on moving. Okay. So we're gonna work on yelling. See how it worked? See how the Lord just did that?
Yes,
we're gonna work on yelling.
And
y'all gonna work on moving.
That's it. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So tell me this. What would you tell another young lady out there, Miss CC? What would you tell another young lady out there that is walking in, that disrespects her mom? What would you tell that young lady?
First off, you should never disrespect your mom, your parents, period. But your mom, you should never disrespect the woman who gave birth to you, the woman that kept you. So many people now are giving their babies up for an adoption. Your mom did not have to keep you. So for you to be disrespectful to somebody who even agreed to give birth to you, that should never happen. If it's something that you feel like you're going to say and she is going to react or think you're disrespectful, take about 5 seconds, think about what you're really going to say, and then say it.
That's good, CC.
Yeah.
I thank you so much. I think we all learn here. I'm gonna speak what y'all all learn. What see right there, see. So what we all learn, right?
Just don't yell at me, okay?
I'm just not gonna yell. Just get up and move. We ain't gonna have no problem. Okay. So, Miss Roberta.
Yes, ma'am.
Help that mother out there that does all the yelling. Okay, because we all growing here today.
Yeah.
So help that mother out there that does the yelling at the child, and what they say and not how they say it. It's what they say. What is it? It's not how they say it, but it's what they say. As a mother, because sometimes we as a mother, we say it the wrong way.
That's right.
We say it in the wrong tone. We say it at the wrong time. Come on, time, texture, and tone.
Come on.
We do it at the wrong time, use the wrong texture, and they're our children because they're still human. They're not, and they're growing up. So they have feelings just like we have feelings.
That's
so
right.
What would you say to that mother that says, speaking to that mother's life?
Okay. But just to back up a little bit, just before I answer that question, I'm just going to say real quick, as a mother and to the children, if we said real nice the first time, go ahead and do it, and then we won't yell. Because I've been practicing that. And then to go into answer the question that you just asked, I would tell the mother to do what I'm starting to do. And it's rough. I'm telling you, it's hard on me. Oh my God. Because I have a natural loud voice. I have a cheerleader voice. I really do. I'm just loud. I could be outside and you can hear me in the street. Like, I'm just loud. So I make it fun now. They'll say, oh, you're yelling. I say, well, baby, maybe my ear's going down. So I say to that mother, make it fun a little bit. Like I heard one of the ladies say earlier, and it kind of tickled me because I get why I try to do that now. And in addition to that, just tell them to tell me when I'm wrong. And I apologize. I will apologize over and over. It's okay to apologize to your kids. Tell them, I'm still learning how to be a parent. I don't know. You know, I still have 2 more girls besides Cece that I'm raising. It is totally different from Santavia. I have a 25-year-old gone on. Now I still have 3 girls. So I would just say to that mother, just keep learning. We keep learning. Admit when you're wrong. Tell them when you're wrong. Tell them, I apologize, baby. I'm still learning with you. But tell them your pet peeves. If you don't want me to yell when I said it the first time, do it. Because I'm the captain of the ship. I've never known the captain of the ship to keep repeating himself or herself. So I say that to the mothers to just tell them, you know, just try. Don't stop trying. Don't stop trying to be the best mother that you can.
Awesome sauce. Well, I want to leave with this because we've been on for almost an hour, and I'm hoping everything was smooth. And I thank y'all so much for just chopping it up with me on today. But I want to leave with this. Any last words, Lady HInes, to that mother, that daughter? Any last words that you want to give on today? And Lady HInes, it could be about anything that was spoken on today. However you want to do it. Just any last words.
Oh gosh. Okay. So since the freshest one is not what you say, it's how you say it. I think that's so awesome and amazing that she said it's important to apologize, to admit when we're wrong as parents, to let them know as you grow. I'm growing too, because when she just made 19 last week. I've never had to be a mom to her as a 19-year-old, you know, so I have to learn that in the stages that it comes. And I tell other people it's transition parenting. As your kids transition from infancy to toddler to preteen to teen to young adult and then married, you have to change with them. So your parenting has to change with them. So that's really, really good. I learned a lot today as well. Look, I got some notes right here. And so me and my girls gonna have a meeting coming up soon where we're gonna incorporate that. And then, you know, as far as the pain goes, there are so many things. 2019 and Shania, I know she could go about 2019. So much pain that we experienced. I mean, blow after blow after blow after blow it seemed. And so I appreciate the young lady, Miss Barlett, sharing with us about that, about her pain and how she was able to overcome. And I would say about that, let them feel it. They got to feel the pain. You know, as moms, like she said, it's hard to mother through that because you just want to go in that protect mode and do what you can do. But we don't have all the answers. You know, a lot of times when they're experiencing pain, when my daughters were experiencing some of the recent pain that they had, I started searching myself, like, where did I miss that? Like, how did I miss that? You know, because we're supposed to be this mom, right? But we got to give ourselves room to give ourselves from the areas that we may not have been where we needed to be, but also to let them feel that pain. They got to go through it. You can go through it in the house. You're going to be even better when you get out the house going through it, because it's not going to stop when you walk out that door. And back to refocusing your focus. The last thing I would say about refocusing your focus is, you want to share anything about refocusing your focus?
Nothing specific, but what I will say is that there is no way around pain. The only way to get over pain to go through it. So for me, I know when I was going through the things that happened in 2019, and even before that, the pain that I was feeling, I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want anything to do with it. So I put it in a vault like box in my mind and lock it away. But that wasn't healthy because the floodgates just opened when, everything happened. So I would just say to work through it and don't be afraid of it, and don't be afraid of the mistakes that come with feeling the pain. And as mothers, I think it's okay. It would be okay for you to allow your children to make mistakes because they learn from them.
Yeah. So that's
Awesome. Can I just say, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna go to y'all next, but can I just say, I bless God for these daughters on this phone.
Yes.
Can we just?
Yes. Amen.
And this is not for the person that's watching. The reason why I say that is because y'all could be doing anything else. You could be out there being this. Anyway, I thank God for y'all. I'm gonna just say that. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Stay connected to God. All that great stuff. All right. Miss Amani and Miss Kiesha, any last words?
You have anything to say? It's over. I don't. So Miss Roberta, absolutely. I mean that. Shade.
Hold on, just 1 second, Miss Kiesha. We can't hear you. Hold on, just 1 second. Lady House, I'm gonna get you to put mute real quick.
Okay. Sanshay, that was amazing. I could sense your sincerity in it to say, okay, mama, you yelling, because I'm a yeller. I'm loud. And I come from a family that's loud. So it was very impactful for me because it made me look at myself and I'm like, okay, I got to get better at this thing. Because one thing that Lady HInes said was this transitional parenting. I love it. I love it. That's gonna be a sign that I'm gonna make for myself because that's gonna help me. I'm serious. I'm that mom that I don't want my babies to leave home, but I know that they have to in order for them to become productive citizens. But the transitional parent, that was powerful, and that it's in your delivery, how you say it. So I gotta learn to be more calm and deliver what I have to say, because everything is not a rare moment. I don't have to be king of the jungle every time. I mean, I don't have to beat my chest every time because I know who I am. So, and I always tell her, you always know who you are in every situation. But back to our topic, the pain for our purpose. One thing I wanna say this. Anytime there's pain, there's a blessing that comes at the end of that pain. There's something that's gonna blow your mind that's gonna come at the end of that. My assistant pastor always says this. There's always sunshine after the rain, but if we don't ever drive through the rain, we'll never see the sunshine. So you have to go through some things in order to get what God has for you. But I am so overwhelmed and so overjoyed with these babies. I mean, you can't tell me that the next generation can't handle this thing that God got for them. I'm telling you, y'all did such an awesome, awesome job. So thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of this. This was such an amazing event.
Thank y'all for showing up. Miss Money, you gonna say something? She like, now look.
Cause she keep your instead of the microphone.
Okay, so tell me. You don't have anything for those people that are out there going through something?
I already said
nothing else? Okay.
She say no last words. She said enough. Her story would tell it all. All right. Any last words? Miss Roberta, Miss CC, any last words from you guys?
I just want to say thank y'all for this opportunity.
Yes.
I really hope we have helped somebody during this pandemic. Although we were not able to be together, like physically, I am really grateful that we had this opportunity. It was amazing. Everybody did great. And not only did I help y'all, we helped each other.
That's right. Yes, we are done.
Come on, Wisdom.
Yeah.
That girl got an old spirit. I'm telling you. I love it. Old spirit is good, baby. You got wisdom. That's a great thing. All right, Miss Roberta.
I just want to tell the young ladies again, you ladies did wonderful. Mom, you right there by their sides. Thank y'all so much for sewing into me today. Like I'm just full. I'm full. I thank you so much for talking about refocusing your focus, pain and your purpose. Just beautiful. Your stories were beautiful. And later on, I'm gonna get you to take a picture of them notes and text them to me. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. Thank y'all. Y'all did a great job. God bless you.
I just want to say thank you so much for joining. Kiana, you want to say any last words?
Thank y'all for joining. I actually learned a lot from all of you guys today, especially Shania, Amani, and Cece. Like y'all, like can show more, all the teenagers these days that there's more to life, and like
this. Thank y'all so much again for being here with us at the Mother Daughter 2020. Hey, Mother Daughter, let's talk with me. Learn so much. I'm like Kiana. I learned so much from you guys that we're gonna take with us together. I'm not gonna yell. I'm the mother, as you can see. I could get really loud, so I'm gonna make sure I work on that. I'm gonna work on that. Lady HInes, I'm learning with the different ages. I've only been a 17-year-old mom, you know, and about to be an 18-year-old. I don't want none of this, but I'm gonna walk in it. I'm gonna try. So I thank y'all for sharing that. And from pain to purpose, yes, learning from that. So I thank y'all so much.